Hi guys. Leanne Holitza here, doing our weekly Oracle check-in. I hope you guys are doing well. We're at the end of July. There's been a lot of crazy things going on for a lot of people. So I'm holding space for all of you. I think I'm going to switch this around just so I can. Okay. So if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up like. I see Diana did that for me. Thank you, Diana. But I'm assuming that means you guys can hear me. Okay, so the way that we play this game is today we're using the Twin Ascension deck, okay, for the individual readings. We're gonna use the Andre deck to kick us off, then we're gonna do a 1, 2, 3 poll, which will kick us off for our people who are watching later, and for you to start getting your private reading, because you'll pick a number, and then you can go ahead and put this all together as far as what your week's going to look like, and let it unfold, let it reveal to you what's going to happen. A little hack on this I'm streaming 3 different places. YouTube lets you comment earlier, so I'm seeing a stream of comments of the me pleases, which is how you're going to get a card pull, that are coming from 3 different sources. So I'm not skipping over you if you see me going over. This will just be what we do while we're live together. But if you want to in the future get a reading for sure, you might want to go over to my YouTube channel, click subscribe, and then hit the little bell button, which will give you a message when I go live. Okay, couple of announcements. Let me just put that up. So we're going into August. Lisa Schultz event is full. It's next Friday, but you might look at when she is coming next, which I think is October. If you're interested in getting a medium reading as a group, that's a good opportunity to do that. We have Sound Bath on the 9th. It's from 7 to 8:30, and we have Sound Bath on the 21st from 5 to 6:30. Those are amazing ways to entrain your nervous system and calm things down and really set you up for success for the week. So I highly recommend that. There's a drum circle on the 19th hosted by Melissa as well. And that is 6 to 7:30. And that, from what I'm hearing, is super fun as well. And our healing retreat. So on the 20th, we are doing a 9:30 to 3:30 event where Melissa, Stephanie, and myself are going to be doing basically Reiki group, sound healing. I'm going to channel some messages from the Light Council, and then we're going to end that day with offering world peace energy to the world. So if you're interested in getting involved in that, that's the 20th. Of course, we got our regular group healings on Tuesdays. Oh, EA1 is starting. So my energy awareness class, where I teach you guys about energy anatomy and how to review your energy system, that's starting up again on the 25th. And that's EA1. So it's a 6-week or an 8-week class from 6 to 8. And I'm only going to be offering it this year. This is the last time. And then next year, I only have it scheduled once. So, and it's, kind of ways down the road. So if you've been wanting to do this class, now is a good time to jump on that train. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we got going on here as far as readings go. So I'm going to put up, this is how to get a reading. You're going to type me please. That just gives me consent to give you a public pull. Today I'm using the Emerald Spray from Amanda Ellis, and it's called Renewal and Recovery, and it's really good for if you've been feeling depleted or run down, or you need just a little extra oomph, which I definitely do today. This is the August stone of the month, Rutilated Quartz. Rutilated Quartz is really powerful as far as an energy amplifier, and it also helps with the nervous system, which the nervous system is up right now for all of us. Anyway, this is very common to be used in grids, to amplify the energy of the grids. It's good to have just kind of on your person if you're needing to balance out. So anyway, that's this month's stone. Well, let's get started. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so first card of the week. This is the card. This is the reading for all of us. This is the collective. Okay, so this says there's a lot of drama, and there is a lot of drama right now, and it's difficult sometimes to stay above the drama. I know I'm having a hard time with it right this minute, but it's being awake in the dream, recognizing that this is just a temporary existence to our permanence. So just kind of acknowledging that you can get sucked up in the drama and know that you actually are here for the drama that's helping you learn, but you don't have to suffer as much as you maybe are. Okay, the helper card is saying your intuition's going to be a little off this week. So be careful about that, because when our intuition is clogged up, might be irrational or making hasty decisions. So it's kind of noticing where you haven't been listening to your intuition, and then where you maybe should just put a pause on the intuition and not take action just yet. Okay? And the end of the week, more will be revealed. Some awareness about what actually is happening. Some more knowing, some more depth will come through. If you guys haven't joined the Light Council yet, one of the things that's really cool about the Light Council is that it does they do these transmissions that are only 15 minutes long, so it's really easy. They're big topics, but like the transmission is like all of a sudden you just know what they're talking about, even though it's some of them are super profound and big. It's like all of a sudden it's activating your remembrance. So anyway, it's super cool if you want to check out the Light Council. But that's basically what's going to be happening with or without the Light Council this week, the awareness card. All right, let's do the Twin Flame Ascension deck. Okay. So this is the by Dr. Harmony, and the art's from Tatiana Hassan. And it's been a very active deck for me lately. It's been a very talkative. So let's see. Oop, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, and 3's coming with 2 cards. So pick which one feels most resonant to you. And this is going to be the start of your week. Okay. So first card, if you picked 1, you got practice self-love, nurturing your inner child. So finding some time to create some safe space, go in and see where your inner child is maybe having a little bit of a tantrum, and then give yourself an acknowledgement that it would be good to give yourself some space here. Okay. So nurturing the inner child. If you picked 2, you're going beyond the illusion and you're changing your perception, which that is that awakening, that wisdom, that awareness and understanding. So just kind of paying attention to that as well. All right, 2 cards for the 3s. Past life healings for you. You get a little Voyager journey. And you also are going to learn high heart opening and compassion. So that is where we're starting from. All right. Rob, you have made it to the top of the list today. He's got the hack down. He went on to YouTube earlier this morning. Which is what a lot of you guys are doing here, which I do encourage you to do, and just come back when it's live, just because then, you're on the list. Okay, Rob, your card. Rebirth, personal freedom unleashed. Okay, so this week, you probably can't see it very well, but there's a little wrist and a chain breaking here. So for you, this week is a good week to acknowledge that the drama that's held you back in the past, remember the drama card, the things that have held you back in the past are not going to be holding you back anymore. And this week is a good week for activating that freedom feeling. It's astrologically really a strong week for all of us too. So, that's a good thing to keep in mind as well, especially as we approach the Lion's Gate. So rebirth for you, Rob. Cece, you got surrender, dark night of the soul. Okay, so it was upside down, so in reverse, that just kind of means that whatever you've been holding on to or clenching to, you can let that go now. The dark night of the soul isn't something to torture you with. It's just when we are suffering so much to our old attachments, and it's time to move into a different way of thinking. Surrender is a hard thing to teach too. It's not like you can just surrender, just surrender. But it is something to kind of learn to strive for in your manifestation energies with the universe, because the universe wants to help us. And if we're trying to do it all ourselves or control the outcome, then we are going to struggle more than we need to. Okay, Natalie. Natalie. Okay, upside down, but increase your frequency, higher consciousness awareness. Now, when upside down, what I'm hearing from your guides is the reason they brought it that way is because the increase your frequency is not efforting right this week. It is simply noticing where you are bogging yourself down with like daily thoughts and daily struggles. And remember that life card says should try to drop the drama, but it's also to try and acknowledge where you maybe haven't let your intuition lead the way, and just kind of pause and listen to that higher self. All right, Kimberly. Okay, you've got Soulmate, clearing core wounds. So this is very much going to your primary relationship and kind of addressing some old stuff that's maybe been glossed over. Sometimes it's easy to just keep moving forward, but then the past catches up with you. So this week, just kind of go back, especially where your intuition was maybe talking to you about something and you missed it, or you didn't listen to it because you didn't want to at the time, but now you're more safe to do so. So primary soul relationship, clearing out the or any core wounds that you have with each other. Okay. Tiff, you got the queen, the divine feminine energy. Okay. So interesting today, the card for us on the Instagram reel it was king, which is singular. The queen for you this week is to work on being in your nurturing self, being in the you might even look up the Tara energy. Green Tara in particular is coming up for you. So just go check out, you can Google it and see what that's about. But just some extra energy around nurturing in the energies that are kind of waiting to be nurtured in, that have been held back because of our long struggle with kind of control and that kind of thing. So letting the queen self shine this week for you. All right. Light transformations. You've got intense change, false twin flames. Woo. Okay. So big things getting kind of brought up here, but there's a lot of stuff getting cleared out. Not to worry. This is the energy of the phoenix. You will rise above the ashes. Things are coming to fruition in a way that's going to be very revealing this week. So let yourself kind of notice what that change is about, and don't be scared. Barbara, your card for today. Oh, you got Dark Night of the Soul and Surrender as well. Second time we've seen that, and it came upside down. So it's basically just encouraging you to relax and acknowledge that you don't have to suffer. A lot of the drama and a lot of the things that are going on right now are because of our attachment to the outcomes, attachment to things going away we recognize. And this week, it's kind of like, let yourself just go, I don't know what the heck is going on. Okay, and just be curious. Sounds like fun, huh? Patty, your card for the week is practicing self-love, nurturing your inner child. So if you picked that card at the beginning, it's just reinforcing that you're maybe not doing that, and would be a good time to go ahead and do that for yourself. In particular, I'm seeing even going back to the grandmother energy. So any healing that needs to be done with grandmother, if there's, something that grandmother influenced your parents about or something like that, then that would be a good time to go in and just kind of do some forgiveness work, okay? And bring the inner child back to safety, which is back to you. Helena, you got Take Me Home, Pathway to True Love. Okay, so this is the guides are saying, and this is something they say a lot, which is your capacity to be loved is mostly reflective of your capacity to love yourself and be able to come back to yourself and trust yourself with all of this. Okay, so this week, open up to true love, including true love from yourself. Okay, Robin, and I think you put Jordan down at the bottom. I'll get to Jordan in a minute because it's down at the bottom here, but I do see you here. So Robin, this week you've got trust, ask, listen, and allow. So especially trusting yourself, but remember, we're getting that surrender energy this week. So, and the drama and not necessarily trusting our own intuition. Maybe our intuition is a little off, but if you can trust that the universe still has your back and things are unfolding according to the divine nature, it would be really good to keep activating that for you. Okay. Christy and Kira. Christy, spiritual awakening, shift or be shifted. Ooh, that's pretty pointed, huh? So time for you to really recognize that you've maybe been holding back because you think you're supposed to, or you're waiting for someone else to be convinced that it's okay. And this card is basically saying, we'll do it for you if you want, but you can do it yourself. Trust me, I've had many of the shift or be shifted moments, and when you get shifted, it's intense. But sometimes it's the only way to go too. It's only what we know. Okay, Kira, you got Merkaba, ground, shield, and protect. So remember, Kira, all your tools, the 5 tools of protection. Okay, so you guys can find this on my website, more about this, but there's and I teach classes on this. Ground, protect your energy field with golden energy. Center yourself, be in present time, and give yourself a nice, beautiful layer of protection, arm's length around you in all directions. So don't forget to do that this week, okay? Erin. Hello, my dear. Let's see what you got. You've got Beyond Illusion, Changing Your Perception. So again, if you pick this card at the beginning, your guides are reinforcing it. If you didn't, this is basically asking you to change your point of view, get a couple other point of views involved, and notice that the drama has been shielding some truths, and you can let the drama kind of calm down by the end of the week and have this shift happening, okay? Janelle and Donnie. Janelle, you got transformation, battle of the head versus the heart. Okay, good activation, you guys, for everyone to try is to just put your hand on your heart and initiate some gratitude or reverence that kind of gets the heart energy more influenced and not just the head. So come out of that head. That head doesn't always tell the truth. Come back to your heart. It misses you. Donnie, one with self, blossoming. Okay, so this is a great opportunity for you this week to really recognize your own gifts and allow those gifts to really open to what the universe is asking you to do. So acknowledge that. By the way, if you guys are watching this and you're hanging out with me, which hi, thank you for hanging out, and something resonates with you as well, it probably is for you. The guides love to chat like that. But also if you're watching this later, and sometimes it's good to come back and listen to this again when after the facts, just because the week kind of shows itself to you, and then you're like, oh, all right, Diane, you've got mystical messages. Follow the signs. So this week your guides want to give you signs, particularly in nature. We'll try to keep the lizards at a minimum, but just getting yourself aligned with acknowledging that when something is on your path for you to go towards, it reveals itself. But remember, be careful this week with your intuition, because follow the signs, maybe take notes of the signs, but maybe don't act on them necessarily just yet. Okay. Nicole and Seth. Nicole, you can do it. Remember your identity. So not just who everybody else has told you you are, but actually who you came here to be and how you want to be loved and be loving. Okay. So this week, the guides are saying, work on your authenticity. Seth, your guides say reprogram your soul, release, raise, reclaim. So get yourself out of that old way of being. Remember that was kind of coming up. The life dramas were clearing out. Old stuff is clearing out right now. You're in an activation, an opportunity to completely do things differently if you let yourself. Continuing to go back to the old ways is just a recipe for continuing to live in the old ways. So trying to figure out ways to reprogram. And sometimes it's just a surrendering energy, like, okay, reprogram me. So all right, Tanya. Tanya, you got rebirth this week, personal freedom unleashed. The second time we've seen this. So just acknowledging that things are shifting without your effort at this point. You are already in the shift. So just surrender to the shift and let the shift reveal itself to you rather than you pushing yourself to be shifted. Okay. Kelly, you're in a Kundalini activation, which is clearing out the karma. So if you don't know what Kundalini is, you can definitely look it up. I'm getting radiant Kundalini for you, which is more prevalent throughout. There can be the unwrapping from the core self into an activation, but this I'm seeing coming down over you and clearing out your karma. And also just kind of holding space for some of the stuff that's going on, and know that you came here to be an experience of a physical form, and sometimes it's a little challenging. Okay. Oh, Sister Janice, you got breakthrough, processing karmic debris. Okay, so for you, you are going to be getting through some of that stuff of where you been making decisions based on old things and old thought patterns that weren't even yours, and you're just going to be able to see, oh, there's something new for me to do here, which that's cool. Vanessa, you got awareness, crystal clear vision. Okay, so remember the knowing card. So what you're working on this week is paying very close attention. Now paying close attention to where your intuition is kind of has been a little bit off, but also pay attention to where your intuition is trying to activate. Okay. So just give yourself a minute, and just know that the clear vision is coming more probably to the end of the week. Kimberly, let's see what you got going on here. Twin flame facilitator, expansive growth. So what this is saying is that this is the triangle energy, the self, the other, and getting your needs met together. Okay, that you're better together. So this week you're going to be facilitating that growth. You're going to be seeing how you're better together and how being together is what you need at this time. Okay, and maybe things happen to bring you together, and that's a little bit no fun, but when it's not in a pleasant way, but better together. Shmael, you've got spiritual awakening, shift or be shifted. So remember that message that we just heard for Christy is very much reminding you, like, this is time. It's time to let yourself really release old habits, old ways of thinking. Okay, or the universe will help you do it for you. It's not a threat, it's an offering. Okay, Lisa, you've got divine creativity, receiving cosmic intelligence. So this week, do a little creative stuff. Open up the processes around your creativity and see what reveals itself through your own hand and through what you are inspired to do. It doesn't have to be for anybody but you, the guides just said. It can be just for you this week. All right, Diana. You've got mission accomplished. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, sorry. Welcome home. So you've made it to your next layer that you wanted to, and this week is the week of integration for you. So just really acknowledge that there isn't a box to check. There's not a new thing to do. You're here. You're just now a time for integration. Okay. All right. Stephanie, you've got practice self-love, nurture your inner child. Okay, I think that's the third time we've seen that. So that's going to be for all of us to think through. But for you in particular, going back and looking at your little self that needs to be gathered up and held. Okay, so just gather yourself up this week and take good care of yourself. Good care of the little self. If it shows up again, you guys, I might pull the book out because it typically means I'm waiting to hear more. Deanna, you're in a divine order. Practice patience. Ooh, that's a good one in the time of surrender. Patience is a difficult thing sometimes when we're wanting things to be different than they are, but just kind of trusting this week that things are putting themselves together and there's not much for you to do around that. Okay. All right, Maria, your card is follow the signs, mystical messages. So your guides are also trying to bring you some messages around what is going on for you, and what might be your next path. But remember this week, maybe just take note of the signs. Don't necessarily follow them like into action yet. Go a little slow, okay? All right, Gina. Oh, third time we've seen this one card, guys. Dark Night of the Soul. Surrender. Everybody, it's time to surrender. There's a lot of crap happening right now. I mean, on so many layers. So just try really hard to acknowledge that there's an unwinding happening, a healing that's in this opportunity for this time. Okay, so Gina, when you're in the Dark Night of the Soul, it's really important to take really good care of yourself, and not to be in judgment that you should be somewhere other than you are not. There's a really good spray too. I'm trying to think of, it's an Amanda Ellis spray. Oh, I'll think of it. I mean, the emerald spray is always good for that too, but there's another one that's for kind of opening. I think it's a higher frequency spray. Anyways, okay, Heather, you got unification, aligning with abundance. Okay, so letting yourself just be in alignment with it. You have everything you need when you need it, and that it's a lot about putting yourself just into a space of allowance, so that the abundance can reveal itself. Okay, Lisa, queen for you too, divine feminine. So just being in that very nurturing, open, community-based energy, and also just being kind of aware that, you've learned a lot. You have a lot of wisdom inside of you, and it's okay to just let that wisdom shine And it doesn't have to be efforting. It's just there. You've lived your life and you've earned it. So just live in that wisdom. All right, Andrea, your card is transformation, battle of the head and the heart. Going back to that space where we put our hand on our heart, just allowing yourself to recognize that you cannot think through everything. Sometimes you have to just feel it with your heart. Remember, there's a caution about our intuition this week, though. So also acknowledging that sometimes our heart wants what it wants and it forces things. So balancing the head and the heart is important. Okay. Cynthia? Oh, shuffled and shuffled. I did. That's the third time we've seen it. So it's for all of us. Balancing the head and the heart. They do want me to read a little blurb from that one. So let me just get to it. Hold on. And you know, this is a powerful time to just allow yourself to acknowledge that we do try to think through everything instead of being in a balance with ourselves. So let's see. Well, of course, now I'm not going to be able to find the um just finding the card itself. Transformation. There it is. All right. So here's the little message for you. You are to make it or break it point, causing you to resist change and avoid taking necessary actions. Face your fears will lead to tremendous transformation. Remember that obstacles are only teachers. Stay focused on the higher perspective and steer away from fear-based decision making. Okay, so that's for all of us, but Cynthia, for you in particular, at a breaking point where something's going to break away and be useful. Okay, Jordan. Jordan, your card is Rebirth. Third time we've seen that one now too. Okay, Transformation Week. But remember, transformation, integration, it's this Rebirth card is like flying away. You've got just breaking free from old belief patterns, ways you're holding yourself back, ways that you are misperceiving who you are. So just acknowledging that this week is a good week for you to kind of soften who you think you are and let the universe really reveal to you what is happening and who you really truly are. Ashley, remember your identity. That's what I was just saying. You can do this. You came here to be who you are, and you can totally do this. You have everything you need, and all the wisdom is waiting there for you. The universe is wanting us to raise our frequency. The earth is wanting us to go with her on her ascension process. It's really a good time to work on raising your frequency. All right, Miranda, reprogram your soul. Release, raise, and reclaim. Okay, so we saw this card for Seth as well. Card is very much telling you, just let yourself, just all the old belief systems, everything that you thought was true may not be true, and it's okay to actually let it be revealed and softened. Okay, so just acknowledging that space for yourself. Okay, we did it. We got through everybody, and we still have like 2 minutes left. If you're out there hanging out and you haven't been brave enough to type me, please, and want to, go ahead. Otherwise, we will hang out for just a minute more together in the energy. And just, this week, try and take a pause. Actions, we want to just get, we're pushing to get out of this space. And it's just that's not what to do. So when we do that's why when we're doing the retreat, we were going to do pretty much most of the day healing self and then ending with an offering to the world. And because we have to really take care of ourselves first, all right. Last chance. Let's see. Cynthia, I see you. Yeah, I did pull a card for you. I did. Your card was the one that came through for all of us. You're at a breaking point and it's time to surrender. Head and heart sync is what you got. And that was very much for you to let yourself acknowledge your fear-based thinking and decision making is no longer serving you. That's what that card was saying. Okay. Anyone else hanging out that I missed? Or let's see. No worries. You missed it. It's okay. It's out there. We revisited it. All right. Well, here is to a wonderful week and hopefully a little bit calmer than it has been over the last bit. I trust that you will all be doing your best to raise the frequency on our everyone's behalf, but I'm also here to help anytime you need it. Take good care. Bye.